Playhouse, 194.0 and Amy K. Now, there are points in a relationship where you start talking about the future and what you want, marriage, kids, all that. And it's got to come up eventually, right?
I mean, yeah, where do you want this relationship to go?
But for Natalie in group therapy, she wonders if there's a little tidbit that should have been mentioned ahead of time.
It's group therapy on the Y94 Morning Playhouse.
But what is the tidbit of the snippety snip?
I'm kind of upset. When my boyfriend and me, we first met, he didn't tell me that he had a vasectomy. And I thought that was kind of unfair. I said very early on, I'm looking for a family. And now here we are almost a year later, and he's finally fessing up about it. And, I'm already emotionally committed, I'm actually thinking about asking him to reverse it, but is that too much? Is it time for us to split up? I don't know. Is it a fair play? I'm not sure what to do.
I mean, we can get some feedback for you either way. So you're upset that this even happened. I mean, it sounds like he didn't know you.
Right? This was happening before they were together.
I think if that happened while you're in a relationship, that's a very different conversation.
Yes.
And he probably could have mentioned that. But that's weird first date fodder. I don't know how you weave that into conversation.
FYI, 2.5 months ago, I got a vasectomy. When is he supposed to bring that up?
Hey, so it's really nice getting to know you. Ever take any cool vacations? Coolest job you ever had? Do you have any kids? Funny you should ask. No, and I don't expect I ever will because I get a vasectomy.
But is that how the conversation then maybe got brought up?
Maybe.
That he had it?
Probably.
But that's what I was going to say. Can't you reverse it? All I think of is The Office. Snip, snap, snip, snap.
Yeah. What the effectiveness is there, I don't know. Somebody else can tell us, but I know that does happen.
And did he get it prior because he thought he didn't want kids, and now with you he wants kids? Because I think if his mind has changed, don't you think he would be open to reversing it?
Opening up the highway?
Yeah, I think you just need to have a conversation. I really want kids. I would love to have a family with you. Are you interested in that?
Is it as simple as that, or do you see other things that need to be done, talked about here? Good morning.
I don't know. This is getting to be a tough one for me just because reversing it, I guess, is possible. I just can't imagine going in there twice and saying, actually change my mind, reverse it. I don't know. I think she got to find somebody who maybe really wants to kind of commit to it all the way with her.
Right, so somebody that hasn't already decided that is not something they plan on doing.
But what was happening in his life prior to this relationship that he decided on that? I think there is conversations that need to be had, some follow-up questions.
Hey, do you ever want to have kids?
Yes.
Because I think I want to have kids. No, that's why I got a vasectomy. Okay, well, now you have some decisions you need to make.
And I'm surprised in that scenario when he brought it up, why that wasn't brought up. At the time, I didn't think I would ever want to be a father, and now, you've changed my life, and I would think about reversing. How has that not been brought up?
Yeah, you're very optimistic. That's how that's going to go.
Why? You don't think he's changed his mind?
No,
I think I only think this way because I had a friend who, her whole life, she said, I'm never going to get married. She just always thought she was going to be single. She was happy with that life. She met someone and she got married. And so I think people can have these thoughts where they think this is it. This is how it's going to... Is that
friend's name Amy by chance?
No, it's actually someone you do know who used to work here.
Oh, funny enough.
And so that's why I think people have this idea and they think this is how their life is going to be. But then you meet someone who changes everything.
He could have mentioned that a year ago. Maybe he had it open to the fact that he might change his mind and want to reverse it. They have not really had that conversation yet. Where would you go from here is really what she's asking.
Someone said, do you really want to force somebody who clearly did not want to have kids into them now? I understand everybody changes their mind, but I guess I would always be nervous that they wouldn't always be fully happy with a decision. That's not fair to them either. And someone else said, there are some ways it can be brought up. When I met my boyfriend, the first thing he said to me was, can you still have kids? When I answered no, he said, okay, we can keep talking. Between the two of us, we have 8 kids, 10 if you count the 1/2 sibling our kids have that aren't ours. And someone else said, when my husband and I met, we were just dating, and he told me right away that he was snipped. He didn't want to waste my time nor his if I wanted to have kids.
What are we thinking? Good morning.
Well, I think definitely. I mean, she's got a lot invested in this relationship, even though it was kind of founded a bit on a bit of a lie. I think she should definitely give him the choice, see if he can get it reversed and go from there. If she's still okay with him in the relationship afterwards. I mean, it's what she wanted. She was open, she was honest. So give him the option, see what happens. The honesty is definitely compromised because she was upfront, and now a year in, she's ready to move on and move forward. And all of a sudden, he pops this little surprise. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're just going to have to sit and visit about it, but I don't think there's anything wrong with you being like, you know what, that's something that's always in the cards for me, that people have ended relationships over a difference of opinion there.
That's what someone said. I wouldn't ask him to reverse it right away, but I would tell him that you really want to be a mom someday and that he had a vasectomy before you guys met, so you need to know if having biological kids is something you'd ever consider. Then let him decide. Don't date him, though, hoping you can change his mind. And someone else said, my husband actually had one before we met, and we did end up having kids. So I wouldn't automatically walk away. Sometimes they can be reversed, but there are other options too. I think you need to have a serious conversation about what he wants before you start planning their children in your head.
Where are we sitting? Where do you think you're sitting, Natalie?
I think I do need to have a serious talk because, I've been clear. It's not going to be coming out of left field.
Yeah, so you've always been pretty honest. That's what you wanted, and now this is finally coming up. I think you just sit down and talk with him about it and be like, this is where I'm at, so what does this mean for us?
What if you really have been clear that you want kids? How is a year in now it's finally getting brought up?
So the most positive way to look at it is he thought, well, maybe I'll see how this goes, because maybe I could reverse it and I could change my mind. Or this has gone on a year and he's a little surprised and he never thought it was going to be this long term of a thing. And now he's just kind of like, oops.
Or was he thinking he could change her mind? I don't know.
Well, there's that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But good luck with the chat. We're curious how it goes. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.